and welcome again to the Pastor's Study. I'm Ray Bertolette, and just delighted that you could be with us today. We're continuing our journey through Proverbs, and today in verse 9 of chapter 3, Solomon tells us the value of putting God first, putting Him first in everything. He says, honor the Lord from your wealth, from the first of all your produce. Now, he's not just saying give to the church. He's not just saying, you got to take your money out and you got to put it in the offering plate. Because he's telling you the value of putting God first. And he says, so your barns will be filled with plenty and your vats will overflow with new wine. Because your priorities become part of who you are. God will honor you when you honor Him. God will take care of you. Now, you need to say this very carefully. Doesn't mean, if I put $1 in, I'm going to get $1 back out somewhere else, that God's going to make me wealthy, make me rich. That's not what he's talking about. This is not a pro quo thing. This is not put in and God blesses. Don't ever assume that you can buy God by putting money or donating money to any charity or to any church. That's not what God is saying here. That's not what Solomon is saying here. It's about honoring God. He says, my son, do not reject the discipline of the Lord, nor loathe his reproof. All of these things, it's about getting your focus on God. And when you say, God, you get it what's first, that tells you where your priority comes in. Any husband that comes home first, and the first thing he does when he comes home is greet the dog and hug the dog and play with the dog and go back in the backyard and throw the ball to the dog. After a while, his wife is going to think she doesn't matter. But if he comes in and he greets her and he tells her how wonderful it is to be home and he's delighted to see her and they spend time together, she recognizes that she's a priority. Well, the same is true when we give to the Lord. He becomes a priority in our life and we start to focus all of our things around Him. It keeps a balance in our priorities. And we recognize that sometimes we will be disciplined by the Lord, but we will recognize that He loves us. And it's a loving Father that corrects a child because He delights in it. I hope that you make the Lord a priority in your life. Until next time in the Pastor's Study, I'm saying goodbye.